It's a morning. I think I feel like the inflatables. No, I'm doing okay. I don't think I told you guys I got the flu shot yesterday. Yeah, haven't done that in a few years. Decided this might be a good year. He was up here, so I just set it down and kept on walking. Hey, bud, let's get you moved to your right spot, okay? Come on, let's go. This way. Come on, Tux. Come on, Tux, let's go. Over here. Let's not get the bench cushion dirty with food. Come on, bud, let's go. Good boy, good boy, good boy. We got up at 7 this morning because Dawn's still working, so it's going on 8. Looks like it's going to be a sunny day, though. Everybody's here and eating. Right after the alarm went off, Panther was in the chair with the dotted towel and Tux was on the ground. Dawn hollered for me that they were talking to each other, so I had to hop out of bed and straight into action to come and split them apart. Gray has decided all of a sudden that she gets the teal towel chair. I don't know why, and that's putting Panther closer to the door, and Tux tried to jump up with Panther the other day thinking it was Gray, and anyway, I'm watching out for both my boys as best I can, but they're not making it easy. Okay, more power. I'm feeling like I need some more power this morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Donnie. Well, they've still got this one small piece of equipment here, but no workers this morning, and there's straw down there on the way down to the park. So Dawn and I are thinking that they've pretty much finished. We have Jules this morning. Now that the door's working, getting her in and out for short trips isn't a chore. Thankfully, the door is working well. But we didn't drive in the beta over here. It's a short trip that is just not worth it. Plus, we're sort of on a mission to get the exercise completed for the day. Well, it's sunny and quiet and still out here this morning. I like it. Yeah. Hey, Donnie.
Hey, you.
I made it a lap and a half for the first time.
Marathon girl. I see 2 laps in her future.
Yeah, I do too, but that was enough for today. You know, I'll do that on and off for 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Get used to that when I feel like I can, and then we can talk about more.
Yeah,
that made that 3rd lap go really quick, though.
Yeah, it does, because we're fixing to exit the park.
The park, yeah. I'm counting on a 17-second something today.
Oh, 17 minutes something?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. 58, 66 steps. 253 calories, 2.75 miles. I think you're going to be a little disappointed. 1825 average.
Well, I'm not. 19 would be disappointed. Right. Tux and Stripe were having another standoff. Stripe's to my left, farther away. And anyway, Johnny came out here to take him inside. Johnny has a fever from the booster shot, and he was hoping Tux would hang out with him for a while. Marty! He's just watching Stripe coming. Stripe is coming now that Tux has been removed from the scene. Well, this is really cute. Morris, the farther away cat, went over and started playing with Marty's toy. And then, of course, Marty heard the ball. So he went over, too. Morris is licking, but he definitely was batting the ball around the toy. I had to come and grab the camera. Thought Johnny would be really interested to know that Morris thought that was fun. Because we've not seen him show any interest in toys before. Yes, nighttime. I know you're jealous. Well, if he did it once, he'll do it again. I've been looking at Lego design build instructions for close to 2 hours now, just sitting on the couch looking at stuff, trying to decide what to build. This is the Monster Mansion. See, the Monster Mansion, but it's done up as a gingerbread house. And this was my original, this is what I'm going to do this holiday season. This is the build I'm going to work on for the month of December thing that I was going to do. And then I didn't do it. There's a little more detail on it. So I guess I have settled on I'm going to do this now. What is really this means is I'm going to have up the instructions for the Monster Mansion and these pictures, which I built this little collage and cropped them. And I don't have any better pictures than that. There's no instructions. I'm going to take the original Monster Mansion build and I'm going to try to make that. I mean, I should be able to do that, right? But there's going to be some trial and error and take it apart and think about how I want mine to look. And mine's not going to look just like that. And you know I won't have a brick I need at some point. And yeah, I'll be working on this thing through Christmas now. Which doesn't mean that I might not stop to do a little tiny thing like there's an elf toy conveyor belt that I want to build. That's a very small build. But just so I can show that I did something for today that I can feel good about, I'm going to start on this thing. And I do think I have enough. God, sometimes I wish the MacBook would work like my phone. Would be a touchscreen. I did check that I probably have enough of this nougat to go around the bottom. So I should be able to build the foundation. Yeah, this is my bin of all the Christmas colors. This gingerbread house is probably going to have red windows and maybe red columns with green toppers and bottoms. And then here are all of my masonry bricks. And like I said, this medium nougat color or this orange color, whatever I should have enough. Yeah, this color here. I have enough to do around the bottom. So I should be set on that. I'm off to a good start. Dawn has time to go do that FSD beta drive up to Target and those super intersections and back. I'm going to put this aside for now. Probably pick back up later. Hey, I got you out of your office for a few minutes.
Yeah, just real quick. We're going to take a quick little drive here.
Yep, so why don't you navigate to Target Holly Springs?
Okay, sure. Navigate to Target, Holly Springs, North Carolina.
Grand Hill Plaza, I do believe that would be correct. And before I get into trouble here, let me put the music all the way down and minimize as much as I'm able the driving steps, and hopefully when you go into drive and then autopilot, we'll see the expanded layout.
Oh.
Which we did not. So why would that be? There it goes. Please pay attention to the road.
That's nice.
Well, when you're just getting started, I mean, you know, you got things going on.
Yeah.
If you would expand the screen, it would go better.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do, I think I said earlier today, but I'll just say again, is to go through the super intersections, basically drive up to where we would get on the 540 Turnpike and back. And I'm not planning on stopping anywhere. Dawn is just going out with me for a little drive while it's bright sunshine, good weather, not rush hour traffic. Yes, autopilot, creep beforeing, checking for visibility, Jules says. Checking for visibility, yeah. Creeping forward.
Yeah, the car, there was somebody
behind us at
came
that
up
point.
Behind us, but we didn't hold them up. Although that little hesitation in the middle of the turn might have made them wonder.
Surprised a little bit, yeah.
But they probably were in their own little world and didn't notice I stopped in the middle of the road.
So whenever we take Ruby or Jules pre-FSD beta through these super intersections up here, several things happen. One, the car tries to follow these funky curved lines that are basically showing the U-turn drivers where they're supposed to go, but not, that's been like 2 or 3 little 3 to 5 mile per hour slowdowns there, and I don't know why. Now there's a car coming up on the right, but she's, you know, that phantom braking people talk about. I don't know if that's what that was. I could call it more hesitation in that case, but that was pretty significant. There she goes again.
Well, I think it's railroad crossing.
It could be. We would like for her not to fly over this, although this track is not bad.
Yeah.
This is not one of the worst ones.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the little orange railroad crossing sign set her off, where the actual crossing she didn't even notice.
There's another one. So we have not been experiencing many of these hesitations or slowdowns or phantom brakes or whatever you want to call it prior to just this drive. I'm really noticing it, and there she goes again. Well, she did slow down for this corner the other day, though. Okay, that's a double yellow line, and there's a person coming. That was really weird.
Yeah, that was a very strange.
I mean, slow down and then go over the line. I don't get it, but okay.
Yeah, and of course, if there hadn't been a car coming, I would have probably let her sorted it out, but she didn't seem to
even know the other car was coming.
Yeah. Oh, well, now we have a tricky.
Yep, this is another
He's going
not
straight.
90 degree.
I think he's
Well,
going
he's either
straight.
going straight or he doesn't have his
I touched the
wheel
I had-
too hard.
Yeah, that was actually very light touch, but as I said, when she's questioning, she's very very light
Sensitive
touch.
to the torque, yeah. All right, so not the most smooth start, but
Yeah,
things are going to get better as we go here. Yeah, I didn't really like that little stop and go, stop and go, stop and go back there on that road. It was very unnatural feeling as a passenger. I'm sure it was as the driver too.
Yeah, well, we're probably going to have to take her out up here because of the pothole.
You know, yes, I understand. They have fixed the pothole.
Okay, well, I can't
I
trust them.
wanted to say that yesterday. I saw that on the way out, but I wanted you to see it with your own eyes and not, you know, me make a mistake. So you saw it was fixed.
Yes,
also,
it was
it's
fixed.
not the best repair job ever. Not smooth, but not a crater anymore.
Right, probably would not damage any low-profile tires, rims.
Yeah. Someone had left us a comment that we should get all-season tires, and I assumed the comment had to do with it's wintertime now, but the comment may have had to do with you won't have to worry about potholes quite so much, and I get that too if that's what the comment was.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when I read them and I answer afterward, I kind of maybe I get it a little bit better.
Yeah, well, we have the Performance Y comes with summer tires. These are performance tires. They're not all season.
Right, and I basically said we get maybe 5 days of winter here where we don't come back over freezing, and we get maybe another 5 days where there might be some concern first thing in the morning about black ice.
Yeah.
But really on those 10 days we won't be driving Jules,
No.
and we probably won't be driving Ruby either. We would take the GMC or the van. They're sacrifice vehicles at this point. And
Pretty much, yep.
and Dawn didn't need the extra range on our Y because we had Ruby for trips and had Ruby for the 100D pack for range. So again, it was just no reason for Dawn not to enjoy these tires. And so far, although we stress on them a little bit, we haven't not enjoyed them. But both of us are pretty conscientious to avoid potholes. Try to be anyway.
Well, it is a really nice day. It's what's it out there? 64, I believe that.
Yep. And then you got my butt warm. Let me turn it down a little bit. I don't need it on 3. 1 will be just fine. Thank you. Although last night with the window down, taking all of those Christmas light pictures, having the seat warmer was really appreciated. Yeah, so Johnny's not feeling so swift after his Pfizer booster yesterday, which we sort of expected. Hopefully, last time it was like a 1-day thing. Hopefully this time it will be too. He's resting. Thankfully, you know, we waited till school was out and until they allowed 17-year-olds to get the booster. But it's good he's not got any pressures about school. And I do believe yesterday one assignment he was making up that his teacher had graciously allowed him to postpone while he did work for a college class, his high school teacher. He got that done, so I believe now he is 100% officially done until the 3rd. And then it'll just be partial stuff. I feel fine after the flu shot. I'm not having, certainly not having any symptoms that are slowing me down. I might have felt nausea just a smidge last night, this morning, but it really was just a smidge. And by the time we got back from our run, our walk, I was totally good. Well, she's handling this just fine because I'm rambling on about other stuff, and she's just, Dawn and Jules are just doing their thing over here.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is, and this is just my personal hang up, she's still just love affair with that double yellow line. I mean, it's just, I would really just like her to be a little closer to the shoulder.
I often feel that in Ruby too. And then I look at when I'm filming, like, where does the car look like it is, and I don't know, but yeah, I noticed that too. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line between don't run off these ruts on the side of the road and don't run into the car coming in the other, you know, oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
And these little backcountry roads is kind of a, you know, neither one is a very good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't taken Jules back out again or done FSD by myself because I can't really film anything and be driving, obviously. And also, so you need somebody to film. And also, I think, you know, there's something to be said for 2 sets of eyes while you're out here with the beta code, even for Dawn, you know.
Yeah.
Just a better to have as far as you're looking behind, you're looking to the side, you're keeping up with the car. It's really quite tiring to actually babysit the car in FSD beta mode, I think. So a second set of eyes is just good. And since we care about filming, it's also good to have, you know, another person dedicated to filming. I have thought about getting out the GoPro and trying to mount it in front of the screen from off the glass with a suction cup or something, and I probably have something I could do that with, but then you've got noise, vibrations, and that's a little bit more work and edit than just pulling it off the vlogging camera, and so I have not changed that up.
I was surprised at how much traffic is on this road in the middle of the day.
Well, it is December, so that kind of ups the holiday shopping and people on holiday traffic, and then it is Wake County, and there is no, you know, maybe in the middle of the night there's not any traffic, but I don't know, Donnie, it's always busy now. You're just not out here that much. All right, so we're coming up on the shopping area here in Holly Spring now, basically coming out beside the Walmart. And we'll pick up Highway 55 going north. And I think there's 3, maybe 4 super intersections to deal with. For those of you that are newer to the channel, I was going to say 2 years ago when we were trying to come through on autopilot before we had Jules, and Ruby was the paint lines were messing up Ruby's ability to do her autopilot. I sent an email to NC Dot and said, hey, you guys, there's a silver Model 3 over here to the right, had on New York plates. You know, hey, your paint's not good for full self-driving cars. And yeah, I don't think I got a response, or if I did, it was a canned thank you for your, you know, input. And of course, they don't care. And back at that time, they could say, well, it's just those Tesla cars, and there's only a few of those Tesla cars on the road. Well, now there's other car companies trying to come out with their own.
Jesus.
God bless America. That was nothing Dawn did, and nothing Jules did either.
In fact, I'm surprised she didn't do a little bit more.
And then that car, what is that? And then they're pulling over in front of that other Model 3. I mean, I wasn't real happy with the way the 3 sort of came around in front of us either, but I guess that person doesn't know where they're going.
Mm-mm.
It's an out-of-state plate. South Carolina. Wow. That was really scary. That was very close. That was, yeah, we'll have to look at that on the dash cam. That was really close. Yeah, Jules didn't do anything, so we're out of autopilot now, but
yeah, well, I can't
guess
get it to go back.
It won't go back.
Oh, I'm doing the wrong one.
You're doing Ruby.
Yeah, that rattled me.
Well, it rattled me. You should have been closer to it over here on the passenger side. It's like...
Well, the thing is that, I mean, they must have just not cared. I mean, because they came up from behind. It isn't like they were in that lane and I caught up with them.
Right.
And then they was oblivious that I had pulled even with them. I mean, they zoomed up from behind me, so they just...
So how could they not have known you were there,
was there
unless they were looking at their phone?
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sure that had something to do with it.
Well, just hopefully they'll take off on down the road and be somebody else's trouble.
They're obviously in a hurry to get somewhere.
I mean, I also get maybe not being familiar with this intersection over here. It has changed within the last year, so if you were visiting from the, you know, on the holiday or something, but still. Okay, well, we like to provide safe entertainment here on the Tesla Model X Journey channel, not super scary entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, she did that okay.
Yeah, although I would prefer that truck not to quite pull out into my lane.
Yeah, he's basically out. I can see him in the mirror. He's basically in the intersection back there. Yeah, well, don't let anybody's poor driving surprise you while we're out here.
First intersection, she went right through that, no problem.
Right, well, that one's not the one with the bad paint.
Well, the other thing is we're following somebody, so that really helps. I think it...
And this is that person on the left here.
Yeah.
He kind of waved as we went past or looked at us, so I guess maybe not the passenger, not the driver, so I'm guessing maybe they realized what they did. And that first one there's okay. Now see, these red lights on the left, Ruby and Jules would pick up on those over there, and she would brake because of them. So Jules just braked.
Yeah.
So she's still not smart enough, even on the FSD beta, to handle that. Where's the little camera? Yeah, I mean, you've got to be able to handle those over there or not in our lane and not slow the Tesla. That has got to stop. So I'm disappointed.
I don't want her to get over. I should have canceled the thing.
Right, we don't need a faster lane change. You're in autopilot. Here's one of the places where we expect her to go crazy, but I guess Dawn and her changed lanes.
Well, I did it. I realized that, well, first of all, the person behind was way back there. Now we got somebody zooming up on us. I guess to realize she's going to try to navigate this super intersection up here to turn in 0.3 miles.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just cancel. And let's do Whole Foods. But you're staying autopilot, so Whole Foods carry. That should take us up to US 1, and we don't have to go that far, but she won't be trying to navigate where she's not supposed to anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it didn't seem to matter on these intersections whether we were in the left or right lane as far as her seeing the lights off to the side, or as far as her trying to the curve. It's a little bit worse in the right lane, I think, trying to follow the curve through the intersection, but... Where, you know, like right here, if we were in the right lane, she would have tried to have followed that line, and we don't want her to do that.
Yeah, I think although she's a little twitchy here, oh good, he's gonna run it. Alright, so we may actually get a break in the traffic.
Right, this is not the one with the, right, to be first, this is not the one with the funny paint though. But this is another one of those not exactly normal intersections we now have here in North Carolina.
Yeah, well, she looks like she's actually spotting.
Right, the thing here with this one is a little bit, is it's very far across without the paint. But we really need to see the curved paint through the road. This light, I just remember that one back there is the worst example, but this one here too. So she tries to veer to the left and Dawn has to take control, don't be surprised. She has no idea where the lane goes. Yep, she's veering.
Yeah, she...
Alright, so the beta isn't handling
any better.
Yeah, that button. I agree with you, Andy, that darn camera's too small. I can barely hit it, and I'm the passenger to try to send feedback. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed, I have to say. I've been waiting 3 years for either dot. Oh, is traffic slow? Oh, she saw it right away, huh? That's good. I've been waiting 3 years for either dot to fix it. Now this one, she didn't do so bad. She handled that one, but obviously back there she didn't. But either dot needs to fix it or Tesla needs to fix it. And at this point, I don't care which. I can't drive autopilot down this road without this constant braking for those stoplights on the left, or her trying to go out of her lane because of the paint. And both of them, it's just like this 3-mile stretch, you just basically, if you're on autopilot, it's just so annoying. And the Beta's not handling it any better, so. You're trying to go home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what she's gonna do here.
You're not in autopilot anymore.
Well, she knows the need to make a U-turn.
Oh God, it's yellow. She knows it's yellow. She's creeping. God, there's a ton of cars.
There's nobody behind us, so we can let it sit here for a while.
Right.
Well, there is a car over there pulled off the side of the road that she doesn't know anything about.
In an awkward position. Well, she may show us. Did we get the green arrow?
I don't know. But she was gonna go, so I.
So you went. Yeah, we got the green arrow, I think, is why she took off. Okay. But wow, you know, of all those times she hesitates. Yeah. And thinks about it, and you want her to stop being careful, and then you have one of these situations where you really want her to be careful, and she just takes off. Yeah. And that's with me and you both watching and being surprised.
Well, I guess I handled that the way that I would have handled that if forget self-driving there.
Right.
That brake in the car, I would have made the turn even though the other car was over there in the parked in a place where it should not have been, because I'm in a Tesla and there's no problem. I can get out in front of all those people. Right.
I understand. I do tell people one of the advantages of being in a Tesla is that get up and go, that instant torque will get you out of hairy situations you find yourself in, and will also help you insert yourself in traffic with more authority. We'll call it authority.
Yeah, well, it's basically, that was just like, that was a typical Tesla thing. Just get it out and just punch it a little bit, and you and me doing 60 and,
you know. Well, that was one of those situations, and this has nothing to do with Tesla or the Beta, where you're looking to make the turn on yellow. You're really paying attention. However you need to be looking, you're looking. And she says, pay attention to the road. You must have looked away.
Yeah, I'm looking at the navigation to see. I was trying to figure out which way she was going.
She's going to go back down past Walmart. Ralph Stevens.
She's going Ralph Stevens.
Yeah. And we can decide if we want to
do that what I was trying to say.
Do that or not do that. But sometimes when you're at a yellow flash or a red light and you're looking to see if it's clear to go, can I make the right rocket? That license plate, I like it. You're looking to see if you can go or not, and then if the light turns to a green arrow or just green, you're still looking and you don't realize it. That's right. And I think that's what happened to us back there, and that was really not a Beta thing or a Tesla thing. That was really just what happens when the light goes from a yellow flash to a green arrow. Just surprised. We were both a little embarrassed. We were both caught off guard when she took off.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see when because we should be able to see, because she was creepy. She didn't. Right. Yeah, I don't know when she felt like, to me, she was trying to figure out what to do. Yeah, I would have really liked to have seen her complete that U-turn. But that car sitting over in the other lane was, I don't know what she was going to do. I bet turn to get behind that car and then try to change lanes.
Well, right now, I have driving directions turned off so that it's not constantly interrupting us while we're filming. I can't stand it. I never have the driving directions on. Dawn, if we go to a strange town and we really don't know where we are, I'll let Dawn turn it on, but I'm still not happy about it. But I almost feel like we need a play-by-play from the car, you know, the creeping forward now, going now, you know, just like talk to me about what you're doing or why you're doing it or how you're gonna do it, you know. Let me know. It does say creeping forward, but that's about the only feedback the car is giving us about what it's doing versus what we see. And the screen is really great, but my focus at that time, and of course I'm not driving, was I was looking to see if she was going to see that car that was in the, you know, off on the shoulder, so that we would know if when she went around, there's another black Model 3, when she went around, made the actual U-turn, if she was going to see that car or not run into it. That's where my focus was. And like I said, of course I wasn't driving, so I didn't need to be, that was okay. Yeah, this said closed U-turn or something yesterday, and then when I got down here to this next intersection, it didn't actually change anything. Where do you want me to put it to?
Well, just try to get it to
go straight.
Yeah,
okay, I'm going to put in Stick Boy, the bakery on Main Street. You know, that's really annoying, this thing. I really want to, I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Go away. It's not in my contacts. I don't answer phone calls that aren't in my contacts. I've already had 2 calls from the warranty services center today, and no, we're not ever buying a warranty from one of those companies. So,
don't know what she's trying to do here. She's trying to get over.
I can't tell her not to do that.
Yeah, she turned off her blinker.
Okay.
Well, this car in front of us is sort of half on the road, half off. It really is.
And she sees that, by the way.
And she sees that.
Maybe she thought they were disabled.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, she thinks you got to get around this person. What is wrong with them? Get in your lane. You could probably tap it the other way and she'll stop.
Well, I don't know. What she's going to do. I don't care what...
Tap to cancel.
All right.
She finally gave me that option. But I agree, it's because she thought the car in front of us was disabled. They were so far in the shoulder. That's my assessment.
Yeah.
You doing okay over there, Donnie?
Yeah, I was just, you know, it's kind of all these subtle things that we as humans just totally oblivious that we're dealing with them and don't even think twice. Like, you know, it was obvious to me that that car is just one of those people. It's like me, they love to hang the right, you know, the closer to the right the better, because they're, I mean, I don't understand, but I never considered them, I never felt like they were broken down and were disabled and not going to move forward. I mean,
right,
they're just, you know, wanting to make me make this right turn.
Well, she's still
trying to
not happy about this car in front of us not being lined up with the car in front of it. She's just not happy about it.
Yeah, she's thinking I can shoot this gap.
But she's not put on the turn signal, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody in the UI department at Tesla explained to me why this thing being long or short matters with the extended screen. Please explain it to me.
Come on, Jules.
Don't you blame Ruby. She ain't caused none of this mess. She would, though, if she had the beta.
Well, let's see. She's going to get over.
She's going to get over. She's tired of following that guy. Well, you know, that guy half off the road, you might have got over, too.
That wasn't a good place to brake check because that person was speeding up through that yellow light. Super intersections.
So we were given a warning to look out for railroad crossings when they have a train coming, like the lift arms, the stopping gate, and also school buses that have the stop arm out. Just warning you,
yeah, well,
that we should expect her not to handle either of those correctly right now.
Right.
Okay, this has gotten to be a long segment. I'm going to stop and restart again. So she went out just a few inches farther away from those cones. She wasn't really happy about those cones. Well, hit the cone versus hit the car, sweetie. You know, don't hit either, preferably.
Well, I mean, she's got a car in front of us she knows about. She sees this car.
Right.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm surprised she hesitated quite so much.
Yeah, was she gonna brake check again? No, she's not gonna brake check.
Nope.
Yeah, brake check.
Nobody behind
She
us.
thinks that's us. She says apply slight force. Well, Don's hands are both gripped on the steering wheel while he, follows through on the brake check. But don't get put in autopilot. For the record, I don't think any time that I've ever been driving with Don on Ruby or Jules has he ever been brake checked. Has he ever been put in autopilot jail?
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe either of us has ever had to pull over, get out, and restart the car to get autopilot back, ever. So, like I said, and we're being as careful as we can here with both of us in the car. Although we did pick a trickier than not stretch of road. Where do you want me to put her now? Back to home?
Yeah.
I don't know, Donnie. With that window funky, it just seems to be working. Don's trying to swipe down to go home, and it just isn't working. Typically, the way you would want it to. Yeah, I don't really care if you go in on the back road. She's wanting you to turn onto Wilbon. But I wonder, is that this? And that's 1.2 miles. Is she going to take you on Judd Parkway?
She's going to slow down.
Well, if you were getting a safety score, you'd have got dinged for that. But no, it's perfectly fine for the car to do it. Well, the one thing good about us coming out earlier than later today, is you can see it's 2:30ish, is it'll give me time to get these files copied over to work with them.
Yeah.
Because I got several problems going on right now. One is big files take a long time to move where I need them. Then longer videos, which all the ones with FSD drives in them have been, they take longer to render. And then once they're rendered, they take longer to transfer to YouTube and longer for YouTube to put them out there at something other than 360. And I'm just not really, I typically will not release the videos if they're sitting over there at 360, because maybe if you're on mobile you don't care, but Don and I would not sit through one of our videos at 360, and we watch them all up on the big screen, and there's just no way. It's got to be at least 1080p quality, or we're not putting, I don't usually release it. So that and the holiday rush, and Amazon's services have been having trouble sometimes, and that affects my rendering. So yeah. $3.04 over here, the gas. It's about what it's been on the other side of town, but Banks Road has been under 3. Well, she does straight really well, except for she's slow to slow.
Yeah. Now, I would say that probably gets back to using cameras instead of radar.
Right, we maybe notice it, because it's really back to almost like where it was early on with Ruby. Or driving to school in the morning, I really would have to, think a little bit more about, now it's nice. I guess you've got clear rights at the turn lane, but when's she going to signal?
Right.
You had the lane, you were the first person. Do you really have to signal there? I would signal, but...
Yeah, I would have too.
I would have. So she's calling us Wilbon Road, but it's really the new Judd Parkway.
Another one of those yanked it out type situations. There was no. I had just light touch on the wheel, but she was jerked the wheel so quick that knocked it out.
Right. Well, I'm surprised she took this, because Don's just gonna have to get out of here, because the problem with allowing her to come this way is she has no idea where she is. She thinks she's out in the middle of a field, or at least down here past this stoplight. The maps are not updated to know about Judd Parkway, and she wanted to turn this way, but then she wanted to go some other back way than the new stretch of road. Which again, where that van is way up on the right turning, that's where the road used to go. And then this part straight that we're going on is the new portion of road.
Yeah, well, we got a pickup truck behind us now.
With a bow. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
I used to put a bow on the van. All right, Jules, take off, sweetie. It's 45 here and you've got it, girl. Go. Giving feedback to my 16-year-old. Just joking.
Lane down here turns left.
Right.
This is the lane that goes straight.
Yeah, although the intersection's not exactly how I would have designed it or left it. Yeah, it's because she thinks we're in the middle of a field. Although there's plenty of marked road, so I don't understand, but...
Yeah, well, there you answers the question. She doesn't know anywhere where she is.
Well, the road's marked and she's showing all the road markings, so get over it, Jules. And I would say now that the actual map is showing that we're on the loop, which is a change from what it was showing.
Yeah, it used to literally not have that on there.
Not have that on there, so it's sort of half there now. Wow, she's really not offering it to you. Either that or you got it back now.
Yeah.
Right, well this is...
I thought it was, so it was the other lane.
So left is good, not right.
I got
Okay.
it. Yeah, makes sense.
Well, Dawn thought work was stressful.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is it's interesting. How she, it's just without it putting verbose messages or something up. It's kind of hard to understand why she does some of the things she does.
She kind of had like an errant cone in the middle of the intersection and there wasn't one. I was like, what is that little thing moving around on there? But that's okay.
Thankfully there's cars here at this road.
To slow us up a little bit over the railroad tracks, although she's trying really hard not to slow too much. Should I plug us back home?
I was trying to see if she'll do it. No, she just ain't.
Yeah, she just don't like that in this special window mode. I'm a form fill person at IBM, right? All these fields that you got, when you fill out forms online for, I don't know, anything basically. Oh no, look at the water. Oh.
She's not cleaning. I'm way far back from these people.
Okay. I cringe though in Ruby when we have, sea water like that. Yeah. So she's gonna take you through the neighborhood, which I'll be happy to see how she handles this. So let's go. But I don't know what I was gonna say now.
Form fill person.
Right, I'm a form fill person. Data validation. Anytime you enter a form in on the internet and you like either happy or unhappy with it, that's the kind of stuff on the help desk tool we did that Don and I spent a lot of time helping customers with the validation of the data behind the field and the scripts to make that work. And I wasn't the back-end database person, that was other people. And but I didn't really do UI, but yeah, I'd like to give the UI person a little bit of advice right now. Jules, you did not need to be that close to that car.
Yeah.
She sees this car coming up here on the right. That was reasonable.
Oh boy, here's the mail truck.
Here's the mail truck. Is the mail truck going to start moving as we start moving? It sure is. Jules, I think probably, sweetheart, I would have not done that way.
Yeah, I agree.
I would have stayed behind him until he stopped at the next mailbox, and then I would have gone around.
I agree.
So she needs to gather pictures of following behind real U.S. postal trucks delivering the mail, and develop a protocol on that. I would say she had no clue that was a postal truck from any other truck, but she knows about boats on trailers, so she can learn about postal trucks too.
Yeah.
It's always funny, these cars on the right, they're in their driveway, but you don't see the house, but you see the car. So this is the neighborhood Don and I were in last night. Now here comes the Y.
Y. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go because there's 3 people waiting.
Okay.
Well, we were driving the speed limit through the neighborhood there.
Right.
That backs up people.
Right, because, you know, kids and pets and
yeah, it's not important.
Noise in people's houses doesn't matter.
Yeah, not important.
Well, I'm very pleased that she continues to see all of these parked cars on the side and to correctly show that she's seeing
them. What about the one backing
Oh God, he's backing up. Jules. Alright, well, she did slow a little more, but you know, honest sweetheart, when there's not a car in the other lane, you could get over just a couple more inches toward the center. What if somebody opens the car door? See, that's why I would be more left, because people do bad things with the car, with their, you know, they don't look before they open the car door. You can't guarantee it. You gotta be defensive about it.
Yeah. This lady is on my bumper, really wishes I would hurry up and get out of the way.
Well, you're about going the speed limit, and it's a neighborhood street, so.
Well, and now she's really
that's all right. You just let Jules do her thing.
Right. Well, let's see.
She's gonna punch it when she's good and ready.
Well, she actually did that pretty quick.
Yep. Oh God, the car followed us though. Be careful up here, because Jules basically stops every time before she turns into our neighborhood, whether there's anybody coming or not.
Right.
Well, the speed limit here is now 35 too, so the person behind us can be as mad. Is it really a she?
She's really upset for me being so slow.
Wow.
She thinks I'm being an asshole.
Oh my God, she's following us into the neighborhood.
She's probably gonna come up here and shoot my ass.
Now Jules, put on the turn signal, honey. Put on the turn signal.
If not, she's gonna pass me. Well,
she's up on the bumper now.
Yeah, she's
really upset.
She's very upset. I mean,
just so you know, we don't care.
Yeah. Well,
Don might care a little bit.
Drive 25 through a neighborhood, you know, do the speed limit. You're just asking for trouble. I mean, that's what you're doing. You're just asking for trouble.
Are we gonna have fun with trees?
Yeah, we're gonna try.
It's kind of like Sheldon having fun with flags with Amy on the Big Bang. We're gonna have fun with trees.
Well, it's not so.
It's more blow, God, Jules. It's more blown today than it was the other day. Oh well.
See, that was that super light on the steering wheel. She just any amount of
force. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say my litmus test, one of them, for full self-driving has fully arrived, is Jules can get up here and stop in front of our garage.
Yeah. Well, I think we're a couple years away from that.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
All right.
But I'm okay with that as long as we continue to make progress. I am good.
That's right.
Well, I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along so far. I don't see any major issues. I'm having to do a lot of thinking, but that's okay. So the foundation is this mocha color, and you know, the medium reddish brown is going to be the actual house color. I'm tending to go more red and green, and only a little, and yellow, maybe a little bit of pink or purple, but it's really going to be mostly red and green. I got to figure out what's going on the floor before I finish filling it in, and I don't have enough green tiles, although I have enough red. So yeah, I made more progress than I thought. It's coming along. These are for people to stand like on the front porch, and obviously it's got its own little tree, and it's really coming along. I'm pleased with it.